Okay, so I'm back, and this is what we did last video. We painted the geezer, and so I'm selecting the geometry, right click, and I want to put the actual proper material back on him now, and it is the body AI. Boom. Okay, there we go. We can hit 5 if you want, and just so we can see the grey. And so let's take a look at the attribute editor, body AI, and we got to go to the subsurface and click on the channel here. Now remember, we plugged the ambient occlusion into this channel, and so we want to put the texture that we just painted on him into here, this channel here, white. So click on it, file, and color, texture, open it up, and it's in the 3D paint textures, so double click on that, monsters volume 1, which is what this tutorial is, and there we go, and open. Boom. And now if we hit 6, all we're seeing is black, and that's because of the ambient occlusion, but it is on there. And so let's take a look at it. So Arnold, and let's do a render. And so let's just wait for him, and there you have it. This is what it looks like. Alright, and it's very grainy because of the lack of quality. But anyway, so this is what we've got so far. Let's just do a snapshot of it. Let's select it, and let's take a look at some of the settings. Now we've got the radius here, and we can kind of play with the radius. And if you want to, we can actually plug the same texture into this as well. And so this is also color text 2, because it's the second file, and let's just plug that in there as well. There we go. And not much of a difference because of the but we can see the graininess. It's very low res at the minute. And what else can we do with it? Well, let's take a look. There we go. There's the color, and color space RGB is fine. We've got color balance. We can play around with a bit of the color if you want, like increased exposure. There you go. Yeah, that's quite a lot actually. Let's bring it back to 0, and let's do it incrementally. And so what we can do is click on this little blue button, and let's just select this region here for now. And let's play with exposure, so 0.5. Yeah, I'll say that's a bit better. Default color, which is if we click on it, it just gives us a 0.5 grey. We can play around with it. I'm not sure if that makes much of a difference. Maybe just put it back. Color gain, if we take a look at it, it's on 1, the value, bring it down. We've made it much darker now. 1 is the maximum, but it's not really. You can actually type in a higher value. So if you do 2, you've made it really bright now. So you can actually play around with the color gain. And let's save that. That looks pretty cool too. Let's go with, let's have a look, 3. Way too bright. See, there's 2, there's 3. 1.5. 2, there's 1, there's 2, 1.5. Okay, I'm going to save that, and let's go for 1.7. And let's do the whole piece. Just take a look at it. Not too bad. Not too bad. You got color offset, and it's a value at 0 by default. You can play with it if you want. It just kind of makes him look like an albino, basically. Um, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that's not too bad. We can play with exposure as well. So from 0.5, let's just save that. Let's do 0.7. So you got 0.5, 0.7. I kind of like the 0.7. Okay, so this is what we have so far. So he has been textured, and we do have sky dome light for the lighting, but we can add a bit more lights to make it a bit more cinematic, a bit more interesting. And so next video we will finish him off. See you next video.